to the Daytona International Speedway. Presentation of the Daytona 80 night race, 10 o'clock p.m. starting time. Starting lineup: Alex Owens with his first career pole. Then we get to Matthew. Then Pat Green in the 55. Nancy Soffren, Harley Myers, Sam Soffren, Emma Soffren, Matthew Johnson, Alex Johnson, Chelsea Johnson, Lyric Tanner's back in the car, Cameron Evans. Then Savannah Call back in the 82. Nick Green finally back in the 66. Then Haley Duncan. How about in the 19 this weekend we get to Richard Green, Ray Green in the 50s. Scott Stoffern is racing. Then Avery Shipley, Nathan Rockhill, Matthew Godwin, and starting in last is Avery Caffrey. And now let's go trackside. For pre-race ceremonies.
Here to perform our national anthem, she's tiny but mighty. 8-year-old singer and actress from Los Angeles, Malaya Emma.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets recollect the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free?
She nailed it. Getting ready to start the Daytona 80 laps for the first ever 10 o'clock starting time race. Many of you stayed up late to watch and the race is underway from Daytona. And now Pat Green already getting loose side by side. Matthew Darmel. When Alex Owens side by side. And the lights are shining. And when the lights are now shining on these beautiful cars here in Daytona International, Nancy Soffren trying to get payback from Indy. After finishing in last weekend, Nancy Soffren trying to get payback. Alex Owens will lead lap number 1 in Daytona. Here comes Emma Stoffren and Matthew Johnson. Nancy Softman will take second away here. And now, how about this? How about Avery Shipley last? Then we get to Matthew Godwin. Avery Caffrey, Scott Soffren, Nathan Rocco, Ray Green, Savannah Call, Haley Duncan, Richard Green, the Indianapolis winner. Then Nick Green in the 66, Cameron Evans, Alex Johnson. How about Lyric Tanner in 10th? Then we get to Pat Green, Chelsea Johnson, Harlan Myers, Matthew Johnson, Sam and Emma Soffren, and Matthew Darmel, Alex Owens, and how about this? To the lead goes Nancy Soffren in Daytona. Nancy Soffren will lead lap number 3. Lap 3 of 80 is on the, lap 4 of 80 is on the board here in Daytona, and it is Nancy Soffren up front. How about Matthew Darmel back to third? Here comes the 2 of Alex Owens going for second. It is completely dark, and the Daytona fans decided to stay up late to come here. It is sold out here from Daytona. Soffren will lead lap number 5. Will lead on to lap 5. Speaking of Soffren, here comes Sam Soffren. Got Soffren back down in 21st. Look at this battle for the lead. Matthew Godwin right there. Sam Soffren is going to take third, I think. The top 4 have pulled away. Nancy Soffren will continue to lead in Daytona. Battle for the lead still. Look at this. Now the top 2 have pulled away. Look at Chelsea Johnson. She's battling up front. Pat Green started in the top 5, trying to get back up there. Still running intense. Wow, great racing. How about Haley Duncan in 13th, trying to win for the first time in her career? Same as the leader, Nancy Stoffren. Look at Matthew Johnson to 4th. No, it's Sam Stoffren. Look at Sam Stoffren and Alex Owens battling for 3rd. Here comes a 51 onto the back straightaway on lap 12 of 80. This race should go by fast. This 80 lap race. This is the shortest Daytona race in history. The last time we were here at the Oval, Delilah Shipley won. She is not racing. But the first race at the Oval here, Scott Stoffren won. And now, this is the first ever Daytona night race. Completely night. As the lights are shining, who's going to win in Daytona? Chelsea Johnson looking for 3rd. Here comes Matthew Rodamo on the leader. Oh wait, not lap 12. Come to lap number 12 now. On the tri-oval, lap 12 is now on the board here in Daytona.
Go Nancy go. 26 to go.
maybe one of the greatest battles of all time here in Daytona. The last time we saw Stoffren win, it was in Texas last year, and it was this guy, Sam Stoffren. He has the lead in Daytona. But don't count out Matthew O'Donnell just yet. He is barely closing in. But they need a caution. Not a caution. They need the leaders to wreck or a wreck to happen in front of the leaders. But I don't think that it will happen. This is going to be one of the greatest battles of all time. Scott Stoffren is out of the race. Can they get payback? Only one Stoffren out of the race, and that's Scott. Scott Stoffren is going to finish in last today. Lap 68 of 80. Sam Stoffren has the lead. Is he going to win at night? Sam Stoffren in the lead. How about this? How about Nancy Stoffren in second? She is still looking to track her son down. But the number 11 is just pulling away. Coming to 12 to go. It was Richard Green in Indianapolis last week. Looking to be Sam Stoffren in Daytona this week. And her streak in the top 5 continues. How about this? Looking for her career best finish. Don't look now, but here comes Savannah Call into third place in Daytona. Nancy Stoffren trying to close in on Sam. And is Sam Stoffren. Sam Stoffren looking to win in Florida. Nancy and Scott Stoffren used to take trips down here to Florida, not to Daytona. And now, it will be a Stoffren battle for the win. Unless these two cars catch up. Pat Green is there in 5th. Gonna battle with these cars. Savannah Call will clear for 3rd. Just 11 to go. Nancy Stoffren not there on the leader, just a second behind and growing for Sam Stoffren. Sam Stoffren, Nancy Stoffren were battling when Emma Stoffren was in the lead. And coming to 10 to go. Sam Stoffren out of 4. 10 laps to go from Daytona, and it is Sam Stoffren up front. How about Matthew Johnson moving up as well? How about Pat Green? If she finishes in the top 10 today, that will be crazy. How about this? Lyric Tanner and Haley Duncan battling for that top 10 spot. Cameron Evans is still not doing good. There is Ray Green in 12th. Sam Stoffren continues to lead. Nancy Stoffren trying to close in. Coming to 9 to go. Out of 4. 9. Coming to the Tri-Oval. 9 laps remain in Daytona for Sam Stoffren. And it looks like that we're about to see a Stoffren in victory lane for the first time this year. And now the two dominating Stoffrens. Scott and Sam Stoffren. The two dominating Stoffrens. Looking for his 3rd career win in the Crazy Sports Kid League is Sam Stoffren. And now on turn 3, coming to turn number 4. Coming to 8 to go. Sam Stoffren looking to take home the win in Daytona. Next week we go back to Texas. Next week's Texas race, it will be back to a day race. Sam Stoffren leads on lap 73. 8 laps to go from Daytona. It's 88 degrees here in Daytona. Not the hottest race. The hottest race was Sonoma. And who won that? Of course it was Nick Green. Where's Nick Green anyway? Nick Green not doing good. Let's look at this. Nancy Soffren starting to close in on Sam. Coming to 7 to go. Nancy Soffren still has a chance to win. Out of 4. 7 laps to go from Daytona for Sam Soffren in Daytona. The gap has closed on the lead. Don't count that 55 out yet. On the 32, almost made Pat Green wreck. Avery Shipley, her car has been turned on. She's in 8th. Nancy Soffren trying to win, coming to 6 laps to go on turn 3. The 11 is up high. The 51 is in the middle. On turn 3, out of 4. Coming to 6 to go. 6 laps to go for Sam Soffren in Daytona. He has a 12-second lead over second place. Over third place. How about that? I mean, Savannah Call, best career finish, 7th, and is moving up in the ranking. Looking to finish top 3 on the podium. Pat Green still in 7th, looking to finish 7th here. Coming to 5 to go. Sam Soffren has the lead, but here comes Nancy Soffren. If the leaders wreck, it might be Savannah Call's race, or it might be, don't say it with me, Matthew O'Darmel's race. Matthew O'Darmel looking to win. 5 to go for the Soffrens. It is Sam and Nancy Soffren, 1 and 2. Nancy Soffren has closed in. She's up top, looking to get a great run. And onto the back straightaway for the final 5 times in Daytona. Nancy Soffren has dominated. Looking to win for the first time in her career is Nancy. 2nd place so many times. Last so many times. Would it be something to see Nancy win? Soffrens 1 and 2 battle for the lead. It's Sam and Nancy. 4 to go from Daytona. And Sam Soffren has the lead. Here comes Nancy. Nancy Soffren getting a great run on the 11. The gap has closed. On the back straightaway for the final 4 times. It's Sam Soffren. Let's ride along with Nancy Soffren. She has your roof cam. Sam Soffren. He chooses the top. Great run by Nancy. Nancy Soffren right there. Side by side. And Nancy Soffren will clear Sam. Coming to 3 to go. Nancy Soffren, 3 laps to go until she gets her first win. We said that this would be a great finish. It is the Soffrens battling for the win with 3 to go. And how about Savannah Call in 3rd? Savannah Call looking for her career best finish. No matter what, it will be a Soffren winning. Nancy Soffren trying to put a lap on the 45, coming to 2 to go. Nancy Soffren out front, pulling away from Sam. And now Nathan Rocco will slow that 51 up. 2 remaining from Daytona. Trying to join Ava Shipman, Nick Green, Chelsea Johnson, and Richard Green in elite company as winners in the Crazy Sports Good League. Rocco behind Soffren. Here comes Sam again. Sam Soffren getting a great run, coming to the white flag. Nancy Soffren trying to hold on. out of 4. She has been finishing bad lately. 1 to go for Nancy. Sam Stoffern still has a chance. Is it going to be a last lap pass or a last lap wreck? Sam Stoffern, great run on the 45 and 51. The 51 choosing the top side, trying to block on the back straightaway for the final time. Nancy Stoffern finishing bad lately. 3 wide. That's going to almost take Nancy out. Side by side. Here comes Sam. Sam Stoffern back up front. Great finish ahead. Nancy down low. It is going to be a photo finish. At the line. Nancy Stoffern has done it. Nancy Stoffern has won in Daytona. Nancy Stoffern wins in a photo finish. The closest finish in Crazy Sports Good League history goes to Nancy Stoffern. She wins at the Daytona International Speedway. Scott Stoffern in last. But Nathan Rocco almost ruined Nancy Stoffern's chances of winning. And Sam took the lead on the last lap. And then Nancy, out of 4, closing, made it side by side. It looked to be like it was Sam Stoffern's race. But we're gonna have to take a look at that finish. As when they crossed the start-finish line, Sam Stoffern had the lead, but really, it was actually Nancy Stoffern. Ow, I just hit my lip. I just hit my mouth. Haley Duncan, again, does not finish top 10. First finish outside of the top 10 for the 19. Scott Stoffern just ran 47 laps. How about this top 10? Nancy Stoffern finally winning. How about that? I mean, take a second to recognize Nancy Stoffern. I mean, finishing in last in Indianapolis. Winning in Daytona. Did anybody expect Nancy Stoffern to win here today? Take a second to think about how hard it was to see how hard it was for Nancy Stoffern to finish in last week. Nancy Stoffern and Sam Stoffern 1 and 2. How about that? Nancy Stoffern will finally get her first career Crazy Sports Good League win. And if Emma Stoffern wins in the Crazy Sports Good League, she is, with the Stoffern family, will be the first family to have all their family members win a Crazy Sports Good League race. After Sam Stoffern, we get to, how about Matthew Darwin? Career best finish for Savannah Call in 4th. Then we get to Matthew Johnson and Lyric Tanner come back to 6th. Harley Myers, and the top 10 streak continues. Pat Green is is, I think, the best driver this year, as she is the only driver that has finished in the top 10. Pat Green in 8th again. Avery Shipley, 2 consecutive weeks in a row that she's finished in the top 10. After Avery Shipley, then we get to Alex Johnson, Ray Green, Haley Duncan, Richard Green, Cameron Evans, Matthew Godwin, Nick Green, after winning in Sonoma, and after that second place finish win, what is it again? Oh yeah, Watkins Glen, he, last week and this week did not finish good. I think last week and this week he finished in the same spot. Then we get to Alex Owens, Emma Stoffren, Avery Caffrey, Nathan Rockhill struggling, Chelsea Johnson struggling, Scott Stoffren is the worst Stoffren, but the biggest shout out goes to Nancy Stoffren, as she will advance to the playoffs, and that will end race 6. And of course I'm going to do race 7 here in a minute. It will be a 100-lap day race from Texas. One sec. And now taking the lead in the points, I'm now taking second away in the points, goes Nancy Stoffren. Getting ready to go to the track where Ray Green almost won. It will be another 10 p.m. starting race. It will be the Texas race. 50 laps in that race. It will be a quick race since it's going to be 50 laps. Wow, what a race. What a finish from Daytona. With the greatest finish in the Crazy Sports Good League just happened, and it is in Daytona. What a race. What a finish. Congratulations to Nancy Stoffren on her first career win. After finishing in last in Indy, she wins. Lyric Tanner, another shout out in 6th. 0 wins on the year so far. She did make the playoffs last year. So, well, congratulations to her. When more congratulations to Savannah Call after finishing in 4th. How about that? We are just giving a shout out to Savannah Call. Her career best finish in 4th. Thanks for watching the Daytona 80. Getting ready for